Alright, good afternoon everyone. This is Dreaming Crow coming back at you, and I'm doing a video today. Um, Specifically where I'm doing the second video in the series regarding voodoo doll magic. In this case specifically, voodoo dolls, creating voodoo dolls for protection purposes. So, and folks, if you do enjoy the videos that I put out, please hit that like button down below. And if you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button down below. You'll be kept up to date with any videos that I put out in the future. And if you already are a subscriber, I do appreciate that very much for you joining my channel. And I look forward to bringing any future book reviews, comparisons, performing live rituals in the future, and sharing my personal experiences as I go along through, my magical journey and studies. Also, folks, if you want to leave a comment down below, let me know how things are going. If I can improve my channel or how I might be able to improve my channel, leave comments, suggestions. I'll try to get back to you with any questions you might have in a timely manner, and hopefully answer them as best as I can. Some of you may know I've been kind of away for the last couple months. Back in late November last year, I started a new job, and kind of like immediately I was doing like 60-hour weeks, 65-hour weeks, pretty much to the end of last year, and the last couple weeks I kind of been picking up some overtime hours as well, kind of voluntarily, and it's kind of kept me busy. So I do apologize for not getting any videos out during that time frame. I'm sure it was kind of hectic for a lot of people during the holidays. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and keep going with the video here. But I do end up looking to try to get some videos out this week. Monday I was diagnosed with the flu, and so I'm kind of like at home this week, so I figured, well, it's probably a good time to get a couple videos out this week, and just get back on track with my channel here. So kind of hang in there, folks, and hopefully things will be turning around a little bit more here in the next couple of weeks. So again, this video is on beneficial doll magic, specifically using doll magic for protection purposes. And as we know, the voodoo doll is sometimes referred to as a poppet, and a poppet simply is a figurine or a doll made to represent a person or an animal, and is often used in ritual practices to exchange through sympathetic magic. And sympathetic magic, for those who are new to the practice, or just as a reminder, it works on the principles of similarity and associated contact. So like attracts and affects like, and thus a person or object is then also magically affected by doing a specific action towards that person or object in one place, and then affecting them in another place. And as a occult practitioner, I always encourage you to try to extend your magical knowledge. I think every magical practitioner out there, sorcerer, witch, chaos magician, everybody should learn how to do a little bit of doll magic in their practice. Being that the doll acts as a material base, where the sorcerer can manipulate energies around victims or subjects based on particular needs. So this is my doll here. I've already made a statement of intent on this, but I'll go ahead and mention that statement of intent here in just a few moments. But gather all your materials as you're constructing this doll, and as you're sewing the doll up. You want to continue talking to the doll, and thank the doll for the protection that it's going to provide to you. Thank it for doing its job. Thank it. I'm sorry, for being present and protecting you from malicious intent. So go ahead and continue to talk to it and be grateful and thank it. And once you kind of get up to the top, you do like want to leave a little bit of an opening here, like around the top of the head, for you to go ahead and stuff the doll. This doll is about, I want to say 7 or 8 inches in height, which is about the size of the doll that I like to use. Of course, folks, the bigger of the doll that you make, understand that you're going to need more stuffing in order to fill it. Okay, and if you do run out of herbal stuffing, that whatever you use to stuff it with, you are going to need some type of filler, either cotton or some type of filler or fabric in order to finish the doll. And when you're when you're constructing the doll, take into account, the purpose of the doll. In this case, this is for defense and protection. So you would want to use white or red. In this case, I used white, and I did use white thread in order to sew this up. If you do want to have any other suggestions on thread or fabric types, I would suggest you go to www.everythingunderthemoon.net, and under that there's a section on spells and then a subcategory on poppet magic. They're the person of that site. They do suggest using other fabric choices if you don't want to use a plain fabric such as this. They do give suggestions as far as like printed fabric that you could use for say protection or anything else. Now let's just say that if this was a protection doll for love, then I would, or friendship or something like that, you're wanting to protect your friendship or protect a love interest or something like that, I would probably change this to pink as opposed to white. This is just a general protection for my personal needs, though. So, keep that in mind. And of course, if you're looking to protect, say like a business partner or something like that, you might use green or gold or something like that. Think of the subject that you're looking to protect, and then kind of use your imagination on that. Okay. As I've always said, folks, the magical courses out there. There's lots of books out there on how to practice different types of magic and whatnot, and they're great. They're great. They're a great foundation for anybody that's just getting started out. But after a while, folks, that's all. That's all that they really are. They're just a foundation, and then it's up to you to kind of like fill in the gaps. Your magical practice should always be an extension of or a representation of yourself. So after a while, you're going to start coming up with your own ideas to reflect that in what you do. Now, the specific herbs that I use for this, they're all protection based, and I did use valerian and wormwood, star anise, juniper berries, dragon's blood, angelica. I use nettle leaves and fennel and some galangal root in there. Now I did run short on pine needles myself. I normally would have put some like pine needles in here myself, but I ran kind of short on it, so that's why I substituted nettle leaves in place of the pine needles there. And I always do suggest also that if you do have a specific tradition, say like you're a Celtic practitioner or like a Nordic practitioner or something like that, go ahead and review your herbs from that particular tradition. All those books are going to have herbs that they recommend, like for protection or love or anything like that. Go ahead and refer to that if you'd like, and kind of use that specific tradition if you like. And of course, if you just want to be eclectic or you're not too concerned about that, go ahead and kind of go with your gut feeling on it. Again, you can use the herbs that I used, um, or you can use something completely different. Again, just go with your feeling on that, and nobody can pretty much nobody can steer you wrong on that. You can't steer yourself wrong on that. All right, so if you have a bowl or something like that you ritually charge herbs in, as you are putting all the herbs into the bowl, make sure you're ritually charging them. Continue to visualize the protection that you want, see that protection that you want, know that protection is in place. And, so go ahead and, again, I didn't do that here because I've already done it previously before filming this video. In this case, I used just a plate, and as I was putting the herbs onto the plate and grinding them, I was ritually charging and visualizing that protection with the herbs. And then stuff the doll. Once all the herbs are combined, continue to stuff the doll, and then sew up the top of the head here once you're all done stuffing it. Okay? And then at that point, you want to pronounce your statement of intent. Now, again, this doll is for my personal protection needs. So we're just going to make that statement of intent and give this doll life. And I'm not going to go ahead and normally I would go ahead and hold the doll like this in my hand and then make that statement of intent. I've already done that up to this point, but I'm just going to share that statement of intent with you here, and it reads like this. This doll is me. It is my magical twin. As I have life, so does this doll, constructed by my hand. You are to absorb any malicious thought or action, magical or mundane, made against me, for you are my shield and protection. This is my will. Once you have that done, that's your statement of intent, and you're giving that doll life at that point. At this point, you can go ahead and place the doll in the box. Okay? And if you have anything else that you want to go ahead and put in that box as well, you can go ahead and do that. You can use some consecrated earth or anything to represent earth. In this case, I do have some crystals and stones here that I'm going to be putting into the box. Go ahead and put as much earth in here as you like. That earth is going to help to absorb any malicious energy directed towards you as well, okay? Again, the whole purpose of this, folks, is to work with what you have. I just have a couple stones here, like 3 onyx, I have 3 jasper, 3 petrified wood, I have some ocean jasper here, and then I have a calcite. Just kind of work with what you have. This is what I have available on hand myself, so that's what I'm going to be putting into the box along with the doll. So I got my, again, petrified wood, ocean jasper. Red jasper is great, folks, if you're looking to, in this specific case, because it helps to reflect that negative energy back to the sender. So, go ahead, and I always try to include some red jasper in there for something like that. Onyx are great because they help to absorb negativity as well. Once they absorb too much negativity, they do have a tendency to crack and shatter. But I am going to include 3 onyx into the box of this, and then my calcite. Okay. In addition to that, folks, you can draw any kind of defensive glyphs or runes or defensive symbols on the inside lid of the box. At that point, if you like, here I did draw the cast symbol on the inside of the box as a defensive rune or a defensive symbol in the box that's going to help to absorb additional malicious energy directed towards you. I do apologize for the stammering there, folks. And then, of course, when you're all done, you're just going to place this box somewhere inside your home, probably your temple area. I'm probably going to stick this up on the top of my bookshelf out of the way where it won't be disturbed. And at that point, the doll will just continue to protect you as instructed, even long after you've forgotten about it. All right, so it's just the doll's just going to continue to work by attracting attacks that are intended to do harm towards you. It kind of acts like a mirror or a magical twin in this case by absorbing malicious attacks and intent. And with that, folks, that's pretty much it for this video. All right. So if you do want to know where I got the box from, I did get this from a Hobby Lobby, I believe. You could go ahead and check out Michael's or Walmart, anything like that. I think I bought this at the Hobby Lobby though because it was 50% off on the day that I purchased it. So I think it was only like $5. If you want to go ahead and make a box, you can go ahead and make a box if you're, that talented. But I specifically bought this box for this particular purpose. So with that, folks, again, the video is pretty much done at this point. I do appreciate you sticking around and, for this video. Again, folks, if you want to stay up to date to any of my future videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And I do appreciate it if you would share some of my videos as well. That would definitely, I would definitely appreciate that. So until next time, folks, this is Dreamin' Crow wishing you a very fond farewell and infernal blessings. I look forward to sharing some of my future videos as well for you. So thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.